Welcome back, everyone, to the Oakland Soccer Notebook. My name is Neil Rule, the broadcast voice of the Golden Grizzlies. And right now we're joined by head men's soccer coach Eric Pogue. Still buzzing, I would imagine, after a huge overtime win that clinched the Horizon League regular season championship for them. And, Eric, as you look at it, it was amazing to me, and it was right on brand too, right, Eric, in that you guys needed 3 points to claim the Horizon League championship. They needed 3 points too to try to get into the Horizon League tournament. But with all that being said, you guys were on brand, man. Falling behind 1-0. If Chauncey Billups said it best, I think, if it ain't rough, it ain't right. And that's what you guys have done really all season long. But you come back and get the win, and just kind of take us through that. Northern Kentucky gets a lead. You guys got to have the 3 points. What was the mindset there?
Yeah, I mean, we knew going in that both of us needed a win. A tie didn't really do us any good. I mean, either team. So I was telling our staff that, and then telling the guys, that, just kind of laying the groundwork. The good thing is that we didn't have to do any channel surfing or anything, worrying about other games or what have you. The only game we had to worry about was the one in front of us. And, but the guys all knew that a tie didn't really do us any good. And I'm sure they knew a tie didn't do them any good. So, it was going to be an old fashioned, Hagler Hearns, for all those, old timers like people. Us. Yeah. Old timers like us, just stand in front of each other and, Roberto Duran and just, slug it out against each other. But I mean, we played our game in the first parts, and, I thought we were really good in the first half. We just, couldn't get that final, actual goal out of the situation. So we walk into halftime, and we were really pretty comfortable with where we were sitting. But we were trying to figure out exactly maybe what kind of adjustments they would make, knowing that we were kind of on the front foot in the first half. They picked up 3 yellow cards in their back line, of their 4 back line players. 3 of them got on yellow cards. So, that was one of our thinking with our, our attack-minded guys, Dawson Strum and Mikey Ketterman and Dylan Borchak and, Noah Jensen is to really kind of, put them under and really get it and go at them. But we were trying to also, as a staff, figure out what kind of adjustments they would make, because, I know, they do a nice job over there, and he's smart enough, their coach is smart enough to know how to, that they couldn't really kind of stay where they were at, or things were, the dam could open up a little bit. So, but they came out and they were a little bit more defensive minded. Went to 2 holding midfielders in the second half, which didn't allow us to play into the little pockets of space in the midfield where we were getting in the first half. And so, and they were doing a nice job counterattacking us. So, although we had a lot of the possession, and, I think the chances were fairly even back and forth. Alessio had to come up with some big time saves for us. Obviously I'd have preferred they just stayed the way they were in the first half, but like I was saying, he's a good coach, and he's not going to stay that way. They were dangerous on the counterattack, and we were just kind of I think kind of pounding at the doorstep, but they were a little bit more dangerous. We couldn't really find the pockets that we wanted to, and we couldn't get that goal to go in, and then they come back and they come and get that first goal on us. And they kind of right prior to them scoring, I remember turning to our assistants and just saying, we're getting to the stage that, do we maybe need to change this, to go for the goal, as like a loss doesn't do anything for us. A win doesn't do anything for us, or a win does something for us. A tie does nothing for us. So, we were just kind of contemplating kind of going for it a little bit more, maybe pushing another number forward, maybe going to 3 in the back. And then, lo and behold, you turn around and they get that first goal. And so, that kind of flipped the game a little bit on its head.
Eric, too, for you guys, though, in true Oakland soccer fashion, Nobody even seems to get settled in, after the goal is scored, and boom, you guys are right back there, and a world-class goal, from Kieran that certainly gained some national spotlight as well, checking at number 4 on the Sports Center top 10 as well. I mean, those, coaching's important and tactics are important, everything like that, but players make plays, right, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, and from doing a ton of soccer games, how many times do people score within the first couple minutes of a goal? I remember the goalkeeper came up, he was right next to our sideline. He came up to their coach and goes, all we got to do is sit in. We just got to sit in the entire time. We got to sit in. We can't open ourselves up against these guys. And I'll be honest with you, I turned around and kind of got on my notepad and was starting to kind of figure out how to, we're going to go to 3 in the back, and we're going to push another number forward, maybe go to 3-5-2. And I was kind of starting to put that on a piece of paper, and, turned around, and next thing you know, everybody's celebrating. So, I don't even think it was a minute. It was maybe 45 seconds, but it's just amazing in the game of soccer, how often a goal can get scored, right within, we like to call it, one of our metrics we like to use is not getting scored on, and within 5 minutes of scoring a goal, and then doing our best to respond as quickly as possible, because we know that's when they're most vulnerable. For some reason or another, I think you just kind of take a sigh of relief a little bit, we turned around, but I'll be honest, we didn't really change too much. We actually still went to 3 in the back, because at that time it just got us back to, a tie game, which was, just basically kissing your sister out there, so, we still went for it, and we're just making sure we were pretty good on defensively on the counterattack, because we knew that was, that and set pieces was going to be how they were going to probably get a goal on us. And, we knew it was going to, turn into a pretty wide open game. And it basically turned in this huge transition game back and forth. Had to been fun to watch, I plan to watch it again tonight and kind of go over it. But, I know from a lot of people watching that they really enjoyed watching it. And I think my buddy said it best, who was watching online. He said, great game to watch. He's like, you probably are about to have a heart attack, though. It was kind of one of those where, they hit a big punch on you. Alessio had to make some huge saves for us in regulation on a couple breaks they had, as well as I think in the 98th minute, he made a big time save as well. So, when you get in, and then, then Neil, we basically exchange blows back and forth, and we go into the overtime period, and that's kind of where we were with, with some, looking to make some maybe adjustments going into that, because we know it's basically win or go home.
And speaking of that, Eric, you guys get into the overtime, you get the goal, you win the championship, and it was fitting, wasn't it? I mean, just the people that were involved to wrap the thing up for you. It really was a microcosm of this team, of this program, and really the contributions that they have made.
Yeah, I mean, the overtime was interesting just because, again, it was just wide open. I almost felt like turning to the coach of the other team, and towards the end, when we got to second overtime, basically being like, you want to flip a coin and you guys get a penalty kick, or we get a penalty kick, and then you get a penalty kick, and we just settle this one way or the other, because the tie wasn't doing us any good. And we were playing like that. So, really could have gone either way. Alessio was big in goal for us, like I said, in the 98th minute, the first overtime. He made a big time save to keep us in the game. That gets us into the second overtime. We actually looked to push a couple numbers forward again, and basically almost go to like 2 in the back. Gets down to Mikey, tries kind of wheels and deals and hits off someone's face and hits off someone's shin or something, and bounces right to Noah at the top of the box. He had a couple of those looks earlier in the game and kind of skied him a little bit, but he doesn't miss too many of those. And next thing you know, I remember I said to Kevin Gardner, our assistant, when we were flipping to decide what end we're going to go on, I said, good thing we picked this half, because then we're going to get to celebrate a lot closer. Otherwise, it might be a long run for us to get there. But yeah, we scored not too long after that into the second period on a great goal by Noah. And yeah, the seniors have played massive contributions here in these last, all year round, but obviously in these last few games, you're getting major performances from, Charlie Braithwaite and Dylan and Noah, and even like our regular seniors, not our super seniors, the Cameron Wilds and Dawson Shrums, the Kieran Hayeses, so yeah, it was fitting that the cardiac kids basically found a way to do it. We've been doing that, pretty much since all season long, but really especially since Cleveland State. So
Right.
Yeah, just super exciting for the guys, to win and do it in dramatic fashion like that, kind of instead of a walk-off, I call it a runoff, because there's kind of hysterics going around. I think the only thing that had made it better is if we could have done it here at home, but that was one of the goals of winning this game, is to get ourselves back home and get back on Todd Rogers Field.
Yeah, there is no question about that, Eric. I mean, and then you top it off too, like I talked about earlier, Kieran's goal, number 4 in the Sports Center top 10. And explain that. And while it's not like a tangible, you can't put a number on it or anything like that. That exposes Oakland soccer nationwide. I mean, everybody watches Sports Center. There's no doubt about it. You know that. It goes on social media. It goes around everywhere. Especially, there's something about soccer goals too when they're in the Sports Center top 10 that they get a lot more run than you might typically think. But it's big. It's not something that's tangible or measurable, but it is something that's huge for the brand awareness, not only for soccer but for the Golden Grizzlies as a whole.
Yeah, I think anytime we can get the name Oakland out there, we can get the Bearhead out there. I've been here for 21 years here at Oakland, and when I first got here, 21 years ago, it was pretty much, are you from California? Every single time. Not going to say we don't get that, but we get that a lot less now than we used to. So I think our brand is out there, and anytime we can do, put Oakland men's soccer on the map, we want to be able to do that. And for doing it in such a quality way like that, with some, with such key contributors like Noah and like Kieran. And to be fair, both of them probably could have been on Sports Center top 10. Both goals were fantastic. And yeah, I think it was great for exposure and promotion, and but it's also great for the guys to be able to have that, and that's something I think they'll be able to carry with them. And as a highlight, say they were on Sports Center, what is it? You said it was number 4, right? So
Yep.
Yeah, that's just great, and just kind of, a little icing on the cake for a great day. And we're just excited to get back home and obviously win a championship, yes, but get back home and be able to play in front of our fans and get a chance to play back on our home field again, and keep this run going.
Absolutely. Well, I know everybody's looking forward to coming out there for it, being able to see it live and in person. And Eric, remember, man, there's no rule or anything like that. You can feel free to win a match 2-0 or 3. You don't have to just come from behind every single time. You can take the lead during the game. Eric.
My heart would appreciate that a lot. But yeah, it's made for a super exciting year for anyone that's been watching men's soccer, at Oakland. I don't think I've ever been a part of a year that, a great year, 10-6-2, some great results, some runoffs, pretty much every game since probably the last month or so. And why not keep this going, keep this run going. And but we know we're going to have stiff tests no matter who we face in this league, and we're going to have a bullseye on our back. And we relish that opportunity, and to do it in front of our fans on our game field is something we're looking forward to.
All right, well, Eric, I certainly do appreciate the time. I'm sure we'll catch back up once the field gets announced as we get closer to it. And we'll talk again, my friend. Thanks.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks, Neil.